Welcome everybody to the 23 Mr. Connecticut Draw. I'm Tom Ottaviano. I'm joined by Mike Bowers, Vinny Ruotolo Jr., and Chris Rogers. Before we get to the draw today, we have a special guest. I want to bring in yesterday's new champion for Mrs. Connecticut, the new 2023 Mrs. Connecticut, Maryland, the Gun Show Lund. Maryland, thank you for joining us on the road with husband Lyndon driving. So thank you for joining us, Maryland.
Thank you for having me.
First off, I want to congratulate you on a very successful day at staying in the Queen seat, making a rampage through that winner's bracket. A couple close calls, but overall, just a fantastic day at darts out of you. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I know we had talked about it a little bit yesterday, and we joked a little bit out on the stream, but you got to tell me, honestly, how many days a week do you honestly play darts?
Let's see. I play steel tip Monday and Thursday. I have soft tip on Tuesday. Wednesday, Friday are either my days for Savin Rock, and then the weekend is mostly practice.
So every day.
Pretty much, yeah, every day. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Putting in all that work and all that practice, you could finally see it when you hit that winning dart. It kind of like you had realization there after the winning dart that, oh my God, I just did this. How did that feel for you?
That was very emotional. All I could think of was I have to hit it, otherwise my opponent's gonna win. And when I hit it, I was just in a state of shock. And next thing I know, I have tears down my eye.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Like you hit the dart and you just kind of stood at the dartboard, shook her hand, and then had the realization it was over, and you could just see kind of for the first time, because you had been so methodical all day long, just emotion broke through, and it was really just kind of an amazing scene to see you, that realization, all that hard work that you paid in, and it just a deserving champion there.
Yeah, there was
anybody else
Mary White.
So there was
that last.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Vinny.
So there was one point the round before, I'm standing down with your husband, and I think Liz was right next to us, and you threw it the double 20, and you looked up, and we all swore you hit it, and we're getting ready to do exactly what you did when you eventually hit it, but we thought you got it, and then you like straightened back up and threw it the double 10, and we all looked at each other dumbfounded like the Three Stooges, and we're like, that's not in. It was a very comic. The guys up in the booth wouldn't have caught that, but I was down on the floor right behind where you guys were throwing, and the feeling down there is, I swear, the entire room thought you hit that double 20.
It looked like I hit double 20, but it was right underneath that wire.
So I guess what's next for you? What's your next goal? I know now, being the Mrs. Connecticut, I've seen you at Seacoast. I've seen you at Witch City. What's the next goal? What's the next step for the Gun Show, Maryland Lund?
Next step. My next tournament is actually a soft tip tournament in New York for the bull shooter. I'm pretty much playing in all the singles tournament at where they have nationals. I'm trying to climb up that rank in the WDF. That's one of my goals. Still working through it though.
All right. Well, as long as your goals aren't to continue to beat and torment me in New Haven, I'm okay.
Well, she's still gonna do that.
I'm still gonna do that. I'm not stopping that.
Without a doubt. Number one goal better be the soft tip championship in Stanford with Stacy.
That's another goal. And I plan
She
to.
plays on the same team as Stacy does.
And I'm going to keep them in first place. So that's my goal, to get them out of her division right now.
You need to walk in next tomorrow and bring the Mrs. Connecticut trophy, plop it down in front of your opponents, and be like, "What now?"
That would be funny. That would definitely be funny. They'll be like, "You definitely do not belong in this division."
Tell them it's just steel tip.
All right, Marilyn. So I know
They
some of the
wanted me
male
to.
players that we hear coming up. Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Oh no, you're
I know
perfectly
you know
fine.
some of the male
One of my
players.
teammates.
I keep breaking up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Marilyn.
Oh no, I was just saying one of my teammates wanted me to bring the trophy tonight, and I'm like, I'm not risking that right now. I like my trophy. I'm gonna stay at home, safe.
All right. So you know some of the players that are in our draw here for the grand finals for Mr. Connecticut. Who do you think? Who do you like? Who do you think can take it all the way in Mr. Connecticut this Sunday?
That is very tough because there's quite a few of them. One that I actually like the most and have improved in darts is Green. One that I think will go all the way now is between Junior Ahat and possibly Mitch Cabot.
I think you're biased on that first one.
Seen him.
It wouldn't shock me if any of those gentlemen were to make a good run in this tournament with the way they've been throwing.
The real
Love to
question
Anybody
see
else
is:
on
Ben
the
there a
Green.
panel?
two-time?
All the
Is there a two-time Mr. Connecticut champ before there's a new Mr. Connecticut champ? That's a good question. So is it they take the three or the field?
Huh. That I don't know.
So
That's
you could
tough.
have you could put money if you could put money on Junior, Paulie, or Jeff Borland to win, or anybody else. Who's taking it? It's like Tiger Woods in the field.
Damn it. That's really tough. If I had to between Junior and Borland, I might have to go with Jeff.
He's throwing well, but he would be in that. He would be. You get all three of those guys, or the rest of the other 29. So you're saying if would it be Paulie, Junior, or Jeff, or the field, or somebody else that's left over? You can have those three, or you think one of those three lift it, or you think it's going to be someone from the rest of the field? On the spot.
I think it would be the rest of the field. It would be someone new.
Okay.
I think that's a good call.
Bowers is sitting here like, no, it's in me. He's like,
got so excited. Laughed so hard I knocked my phone over. There we go.
All right. So with that, I think we're going to move to our draw for Mr. Connecticut here. Marilyn, thank you very much for time. You're more than welcome to stay on while we do this. Don't feel like you need to. We are going to bring up the wheel and go through our competitors and set our brackets for Sunday. But again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for joining us. You know how much everybody on this stream adores you, and we're so excited to see you win. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Marilyn.
Thank you.
All right, with that being said, we have the Wheel of Destiny. You will see no poker chips, no ping pong balls, nothing this stream. but just too many players to do it. So we have the wheel. It's in order of alphabet. So you'll see number 1, Junior Hot, number 32, Pat Young. We will spin the wheel. Jeff McMahan behind the scenes, spinning the wheel, and we will fill our field top to bottom. So, Jeff, when you're ready to give that wheel a spin, let's see who our first competitor drawn is. Number 28, Keith St. John. Keith, a solid shot out of New Haven, improving his game dramatically over the last year. It's going to be a tough ask.
He always seems to make a run in these tournaments, too. The majors.
And he's going to get number 29, Jeff Steinberg. Wow.
Big matchup
That
right out of the
is
chute. Seems like it happens a lot.
That is going to be a match. Jeff is a very game competitor. That is going to be a rough matchup there. Number 14, Zach Light. Ooh. Saw Zach in the soft tip make a deep run in that B division win at the B singles in the Waterbury Open. See what he can do here. Yeah, he won the B division
Yeah, the singles.
Out of the gate, number 5, Mike Bowers. What can I say about Mike Bowers other than he has made every single Mr. Connecticut? He's part of the all bracket here. Last year, round 2 lost to Bill Jr., and then losers bracket lost to Bill DeWitt. No shame there. Bill Jr. ended up in the winter final bracket against Jeff Borland. You made quite the showing of yourself last year. And recently, definitely on some of the streams, throwing some of your best darts I've seen out of you. So that will be an interesting matchup, kind of a new school versus an old school rep, because I think this is Zach's first appearance. Number 7, it's Steph. This is Steph's first appearance.
I broke his heart the week before, the qualifier before. I somehow turned into a PDC pro for 3 games in the win and you're in match. It was pretty funny. He threw excellent and just it was one of those, it felt bad that you threw that good because he threw so good.
You're going to get the chance to do it again? No. It'll be J-Rod, John Rodriguez.
Last minute qualifier.
J-Rod, when his dart on J-Rod he could make a deep run and possibly win this tournament. I know yesterday at one point was thrown over a 4 in cricket in some of his matches. Absolutely ridiculous darts. I've had the pleasure of playing him for a number of years out of Midshore, and he's recently made the jump to New Haven.
Pleasure.
Oh, it wasn't good.
I know. I love him. He's unbelievable.
Speaking of Midshore, the vice president of the Midshore Dart League, Kevin Sanchez, his first appearance.
Dirty Sanchez.
Kevin Dirty Sanchez, and no, we're not being rude or crude. That is his nickname. Who's he going to get matched up against? Number 32, Pat Young. Pat Young, I believe this is his 4th appearance. He's part of that all group. He's made every Mr. Connecticut. Has made a couple of nice runs. Again, one of those matchups where it's a first time versus an all time. So that'll be another one to keep your eye on. Number 1, Junior Aha. the first ever Mr. Connecticut. He's made a couple of deep runs after that, been eliminated. He's been throwing great. Is understatement.
3-time major winner too, I think, right?
Yeah.
He's got 3 majors under his belt.
I think he's got
2.
3 majors at that.
I know it's
And that's
2,
going to be
but I thought
Alex.
he might have been 3.
Alex Long, his first appearance here in the field. So there's another has made everyone versus another first timer there. Alex is a great shot, but that's good. That's a tough ask going up against Junior Hot in the first round. Wendell Weber missed last year after making the first 2 Mr. Connecticut's, so he's returning to the Mr. Connecticut scene. Good to see him in the field again. All right, looks like there was an error on the wheel there because Steph was still in, so we're going to respin that. He gets number 21, Alec Riley. Alec that's his first appearance in this tournament. I believe that's the birthday boy, Richie Rich.
Richie Rich.
He's missed the last 2. He's back in it again after making the first Mr. Connecticut. He's back in the field. Great dart player. Either one of those 9 or 10, it's going to be a rough matchup. Former Mr. Connecticut and CDC Pro, Paul 4-hour. That's a tough draw out there for Richie.
That means Junior and Paul are in the same quarter.
I believe that means Junior and Paul are in the same quarter. John Sweeney. I believe it's his second qualifier, if I'm not mistaken. He was on my list as a first timer, but I think this is his second. I think I'm mistaken there. So I believe it's his second qualifier. Second time in the Mr. Connecticut bracket. But this is definitely a first timer. On the broadcast yesterday, talking about how he likes his darts and how they're flying, Kyle Saunders.
Half the field
Kyle
done,
up in
right?
the booth with us for half the field done, and some interesting matchups there on that left-hand side. Definitely when you start taking a look at that, the first round and then what you could have in the second round, a Bowers-Steinberg matchup. You're taking a look at Junior Hot versus either Wendell Weber or Alec Riley, because I think both of them can be there. And then, Paul 4-hour, go down the line, Junior Hot, Paul 4-hour on a collision course.
Still got to win the before, though. Can't sleep on anybody.
Oh, not in this tournament, not in this bracket.
That 301's a killer if you can get there.
Number 2, Paul Allen.
First timer, I believe.
Yes, it's going to be
just
Paul's
moved down
first
here
time
from
in the bracket.
Springfield not too long ago.
Everybody's favorite spud, Joe Petito.
Potato!
Petito, this is his second appearance, made it last year. You'll hear us calling him Potato thanks to the one and only Mike Bowers in an autocorrect in a previous tournament.
Twice.
Yep, I put his name in and it auto-corrected it to Potato. Didn't catch it, sent the bracket out, and it's stuck since.
and we had to redraw it, that bracket, and it didn't.
And it still stayed. Yeah, it still stayed.
It was
It stayed.
JP Reyes. I believe it's
JP.
JP's second appearance in the Mr. Connecticut. You guys would know, Mike, especially you would know a lot more about JP and his darts.
Yeah, it's my teammate down in Stanford and soft tip. Put in a lot of work, improving.
John Jocko. Mike and I were talking about before the stream. This is Jocko's first time in Connecticut. He qualified and had to withdraw in the inaugural tournament with a back injury. So
I actually,
Jocko,
if I remember correctly, I think JP may have knocked Jocko out to qualify.
I was just going to say that, yeah, at Grand Central. That was the qualifying match to see who got in.
Smitty. Chris Smith, New Haven Dart League legend. And all around
his
good
Jaeger
job.
take is legendary, only next to Michael Bowers.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb there, and we're gonna stream that first round matchup right there. That's gonna be a disgusting matchup. Mike G.
Probably the match of the first round so far.
That's gonna be a battle. Mike G, one of the best dart players in this tournament that's never won it. Got to the finals last year against this man, Jeff Borland.
So they have. Is that a second round potential matchup?
That is.
Yeah.
No, that is not.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, yes, it is.
is.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
They're on someone like Landcraft right now, making a crazy little 4. Oh, there, that works too.
Oh my. Wow. Okay. This is giving me that year where we had the bracket, that corner of death bracket there. This is giving me that kind of vibes right now.
There's always that one little quadrant that seems to.
I don't want to say they're going to get Jeff Borland. Bill Anderson Jr. is a rematch of the winners final, where Borland knocked Billy Jr. into the losers bracket.
I believe in Middletown, Sean knocked out Borland to qualify in the finals, if I'm not mistaken.
I think somebody told me that yesterday when we were talking about Jeff going to qualify.
Mitch winning a war against Stephen Ma to qualify at Casey's.
Took out a 92
Yeah.
while Ma was sitting on 8.
The other CDC.
Knowing Jimmy, I think he might be my pick to win it this year. I think it's his time.
Oh, I think I saw that.
And that's going to be a...
I just squeaked away from that. That was me. I can't see it that good. That green was me.
Yeah, that was definitely... You definitely just squeaked away from that. Rolled into Bill DeWitt.
Oh. Shit, I can't see. Why can't I be green now?
There.
A lot of big-time names have come out in the last 6 or 7 spins. Glad I'm not on that side.
Oh, no. Looks like it was Justin Landcraft that landed on that last one. I apologize.
Oh, God. Gee. Oh, my like 8th is brutal.
And that means the last 2 will be Vinny Ruotolo and Ben Green.
I'm coming for him. Yes, I get to be Mr. Irrelevant. I am Mr. Irrelevant. I love it. That cricket
Spin
revenge
it.
for that.
I wonder what it'll land on.
This wheel is all about me. I'm telling you. Nobody.
It looks like a tuner on like an amp.
Oh no!
One line.
Fix.
Shocking.
Spin it again.
So that right side of the bracket where you have Smith, G, Borland, Anderson, Cabot, Solik, DeWitt, Landgraf, Vinny. That right side of the bracket is
and Margoloni. That dude's a beast.
I think I was looking at his stats yesterday. I think he had like a slow opening round and then didn't drop a leg after that. I think he had.
I'm telling you, I can know a lot about Andrew. I played in a singles league during COVID online with him. That dude can shoot. Like there are times where I was playing him in cricket and I was throwing like I felt like I was throwing well and I was just getting smoked. So I'm telling you, don't sleep on him. He's very underrated. He just doesn't get out to a lot of events, so not a lot of people know about him.
Yeah, I think he went to the semifinals or something of cricket, one of the Cricket Open. He might have been like a runner-up or something too. I can't remember. He went deep.
Him versus Justin could be a sleeper match then. I mean, they
are match too.
Justin.
And then, Vinny, if you survive Ben Green, your reward is the winner of that match.
Hey, that's okay. I've beat all three of these players at some point in my life, at least one, couple of games, so it's possible. It's not going to be easily.
That's the good thing about this format. Anyone could literally beat anybody. You get hot for 3 straight games, your opponent misses a couple outs of 5-1. Anybody can literally beat anybody.
Yeah, if you get hot in 0-1.
If you can drag anybody, if you can drag people into that 0-1 and make them uncomfortable, it's a coin flip. Exactly. It really is.
Yep.
To piggyback off that, yesterday, if anybody was really paying attention to D and her cricket average all day, she was hovering around 2.5 all day, which for the most part in the women's division is very high. So basically what had to happen was whoever beat her had to beat her in 0-1s. And that's how she got knocked out. She was just throwing fire.
Yeah.
And that's not.
We were talking about that on stream.
The other women that were playing were throwing great, but I've seen her play like this for quite a while now. Her cricket game is on point.
We kept talking about how do you really want to go 3-0-1 with the reigning, 3-0-1 champion for the women's division? How does that make you feel knowing? Great, she in cricket twice. Oh, I got to play her in 3-0-1. Oh, no. All right. So this is a fantastic bracket.
The amount of talent in this bracket is crazy. This might be like the most talent-filled bracket we've ever had.
Very, very possible.
Definitely
a lot of missing names that have been regulars who didn't make it too.
Again, 12 of these participants in this bracket are first-timers. That's insane. You're not seeing the people.
Every single qualifier had 20-plus players, so you had to earn your way in. There was really no backing in to the field.
Definitely.
Oh, before we go, the final alternates. I don't have the list in front of me, but it was Nick Redmond is the first alternate. Big Joe Millard is the second. And it was Emmett was the third. If anyone, those are the 3 alternates in that order.
Fantastic. Nick has come a long way. You bring up Nick Redmond. He
finished with 11 points. Big Joe finished with 10, and Emmett finished with 9. So it was very close in those standings as well.
Nick in the last year.
In one of the 2 qualifiers. I had to play Nick in one of the qualifiers I was actually able to play in, and our 0-1 was close, but then it came to cricket, and he just blew my doors off. He took right off, and I just wasn't able to stay with him. Fantastic darts at him.
Tom didn't have a slanted floor to help him.
No, I need that. Any advantage I could take.
No, Nick had some health issues in the past. Hey, Nick had some health issues in the past.
Well, I'm going to get a player's brief out I'll get the player's brief out and confirm with all players if they're going to attend. Again, we start at 1 o'clock on Saturday. So I'll get those players' briefs out. They'll be there tomorrow.
Sunday.
Yep. So the darts will fly in the room at about 1 o'clock. The stream will start at 1, and hopefully our first match will be live at about 1:10. As always,
darts will Tom, we have to do the Hall of Fame presentations before, so darts will probably fly around 1:30. Honestly, we're going to start up the presentation at 1.
Okay, so we're going to start the Hall of Fame and everything like that at 1. All right. So
correct.
We'll probably start. I don't know if we will stream that Hall of Fame. We'll talk about that. Look for an announcement a little later on. But as always, if the darts are flying, it's scheduled to fly at about 1:30. The stream match will start about 10 minutes after that. So you'll be able to get an introduction and everything like that. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We've been Eagle Eye Sports, and we're looking forward to seeing you this weekend.
Every time. Sunday, right?
Sunday.
See you Sunday.
I said Saturday. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Correct.